Hi. So in this video we are just going to get used to holding a ukulele and then a couple of simple strumming techniques. Now I definitely find a strap is better, and I've got the strap tied around just underneath the strings there, and then my partner has drilled a little screw in there to hang onto that, so you can go to a music shop and get that done. And then you just want to hold, so I've got the strap, but I'm pretending that I'm not using the strap. And for me, it feels better to have it over my chest. Sometimes it might feel better to have your boob, if you've got one, over the top. And this part of my arm is just going to hug it into me. I've just got the heel of my forearm on there, and my strumming is going to happen not exactly over the hole, but just to the fretboard side of the hole. And then I'm just holding it lightly underneath. Now we're going to do the C chord. The C chord is 1, 2, 3, 3rd fret, and I'm going to use the ring finger. My thumb is at the back, and it's going to sometimes creep up over, and sometimes, depending on the chord shape, be right at the back of the arch of the fretboard. So, and then the other thing, never let your finger go further over the metal line. You want to hold it just behind that metal fret, and we're in the fret spaces. So I've got my thumb at the back, so I can just lightly squeeze down, but enough to get a clean note. I'm going to check that string to see if it's clean. If it wasn't clean, and that would mean that I'm not pressing hard enough. Now the other thing is, when you're putting your finger on the fret, you want to aim to put your just underneath your fingernail, not this part. You don't want it flat and parallel to the fretboard. You want to come right round, bring your arm, drop your elbow, bring your arm around, thumb at the back, and then you're pressing down so that your finger is perpendicular at 90 degrees to the fretboard. So when I'm doing all my shapes, my fingers are coming from that 90-degree angle into the string, not straight down, because then they're going to, if I try and do this string there, I'm also hitting that string with the meat of my finger. So we're on the C, and what we're going to do now on this hand is just hug underneath and just play each string with our thumb. And it's George Clooney eats. We're on C for that note because we're on the 3rd fret. Now this time just play it and land on the next string. Pluck it, land on the next string. So just a little bit faster. Nice and gentle and loose with that hand. See how much you can relax this left hand. Softly, a bit louder. Great, so that's one way of strumming. That's thumb strumming. Now what we're going to do is use the fingernail, the front of the fingernail, supported by the thumb. So the thumb's not going to stick out, but rather it's just going to let the forefinger stick out a little bit, and you're going to sit the front of the fingernail on that string. I'm open on the fretboard this time, and just land on the next string like we did before. I'll just get it in a comfortable position in the C chord. Let's do that. Exactly over the hole, and you'll find your fingernails will get caught, a little bit caught to start with, but just when you've got time to sit down, even if you're watching something on TV, just hold your ukulele, get comfortable with it, find a spot that's comfortable for you, and just caress the strings. Now the other thing that I see some people do is they use the side of the finger. So not the fingernail, so your finger's not, but it's your hand's more like on the side. So let's give that a go on the C chord. So I'm just on the side of the finger now. So there's a few different ways to strum, and there's a few couple more, but they're the main ways that we'll start with for now. Great. It's just some simple strumming for the ukulele.